sometimes will give me a little smirk.
That's ignition. I love this part. Me too. I have strongly mixed feelings.
I got word about 3 weeks before that we were going to have to come up with a replica of the Soyuz space. And I went, oh no.
I just thought, how on earth am I ever going to figure this out or pull this off? Because I've been around the decorating block, and I knew that there were no Russian rocket parts out there to decorate with.
So I'm like, okay, what can we do with some wood and some fabric, etc.? So first of all, you start with the research. We got a lot of help from NASA, and they took a lot of pictures of the Soyuz and sent them to us. I went online and looked at whatever I could come up with, but I found the Kansas Cosmosphere and Space Camp in Hutchinson, Kansas, and I called just out of the blue and spoke to this really nice guy, and they happened to have a capsule there from Russia. And so he was very generous, and he went and measured it so I could get the exact dimensions, because I had to start with something so that everything else could build down into it. And we did drawings and construction and upholstery set decorator, and her staff went out looking for a lot of the buttons and things that we put inside of it.
And thank goodness I was so lucky that we live in Los Angeles, and we have an aeronautical scrapyard here. It's this enormous warehouse that's filled from top to bottom with rocket parts.
This is a Russian spacecraft that we have here that they've replicated, so it's not that easy to get everything correct.
You know, a lot of shows 111, 117 episodes in would get a little lazy about such things, and this crew does not.
Hey, Fruit Loops, want to hit your fan switch?
Check.
Of course, when I went to the aerospace scrapyard, they did not have Russian rocket parts there, and so I just got the closest things possible to what I saw in our reference photos.
I really tip my hat to our wardrobe department, the set designers, because it looks absolutely real. In fact, Mike, an astronaut, came in, and as he got into it, he goes, okay, this is a little bit like a flashback.
They really wanted to make sure that everything was correct, that all the detail was right.
Hey, Mike, quick question. I missed it in the briefing. How much urine do these suits hold?
It's a very, very small set for us. We had 3 big gentlemen all smashed together in this little rocket, and the shooting of it had an incredible amount of challenges.
You know, 3 people in the capsule, you think one camera, a couple lights. I mean, you've got 100 people standing around trying to make that thing work. We've been doing trips to the mill to make sure how we can shoot it. We've been doing camera tests, building extra pieces, and just watching it layer and layer and layer.
The window of opportunity for us to get lighting and camera in here was as limited as any other set that I've ever shot in my life. The wide-angle lens is so wide it almost sees behind itself. So any lighting that we put in there was going to either be seen by the camera lens or by the hoods that they were wearing.
One of the hardest things to put on a set is like a round glass, like say flower bowl or something, because it's reflective of every single light in the studio.
And the way we got around that was we used something called black silk, and it doesn't pick up any reflection in the hood. We were able to shoot a very, very hot light right through this black silk, and it's able to fill up the whole inside of this capsule with this ambient light. So after lighting this about 10 times, we found a way to basically light inside this tin can.
Come on, Raj, we're ready to start.